Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show, and today, I have a special video for you all. I am joined by my good friend and voice actor, WaverCD. Say hi, man.
Hello!
For those of you curious, I did an interview with this lad. You should go watch it, it was funny.
It was funny and eye-opening. In either a good or bad way, that's up to you.
So, Waver, would you like to tell the audience what you and I have been doing with our free time lately?
Oh yes, the lovely Gamertron has introduced me to Warframe, which I've always had eyes on before, but I've never actually gone out and played it. And needless to say, I'm pretty addicted to it now.
As you can all see, I'm doing my part. So, for today, we thought we'd do something a little special for you, since Waver is a very talented man in terms of writing characters. What? You know you are. Don't give me this shit. Okay, now, like voice acting, character development, script writing, all that stuff. I thought we would take a look at all the different Warframes and Warframes, just take a look at their designs, and have fun, like, deciphering how we would interpret their characters and what possible voices they would have.
Yep. Whether we're good for their voices or not, we're gonna try our damnedest to give our impressions of what we think they'd be.
Let's start with something and someone a bit funny, a bit weird looking. Let's start with our boy, the fighter, the monk, the warrior monk, Atlas.
A warrior extraordinaire, okay.
This is the Atlas basic design. I've shown you Atlas before, but with the deluxe skin. This is what he looks, vanilla.
And what is the story behind this beefy slab of literal looking meat? He looks like he has a, like meat slung around his body like a scarf.
So, like I said, Atlas is the fighter Warframe. He's the warrior monk. He's obtained by defeating a massive infested boss. You can only obtain his parts by defeating this massive infested boss and curing this cephalon.
Okay, so he was corrupted at one point, but then was cured.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm thinking like he'd probably have in his original state, he was probably a very virtuous, maybe like noble person. And then he, after being corrupted and cured, he probably still strives to be as such, but he probably has a more weathered feeling to him, maybe? I'm not sure. Let's see. Like what? I'm trying to think of a good test line to maybe give my thoughts on the voice here. Fuck me. I can't.
Well, before we get to test lines, like let's interpret a little bit. Like what from his design, like as you, who's someone who's also designed characters and whatnot for your comics and for your work. I'm curious, like from his design, what can you speculate? What, like, observing at someone else's creation, what do you speculate was the intentions behind their designs, whether it be narratively or aesthetically?
I mean, he definitely has that kind of like almost blind warrior monk feel to him, with like the way the helmet looks and stuff. It almost looks like kind of a veil over the face. And I mean, the design definitely has some kind of like Chinese style aesthetic to it, with the way like the garb hanging around him kind of looks martial arts-esque, that kind of thing. But then his arms kind of have those gauntlets kind of give you like a boxing feel for sure, like a mixed martial arts kind of like arm guard feel. The way the armor on his legs look, it definitely has that kind of baggy shorts look to him that some martial artists have. It's a very martial arts heavy design, it looks like to me, as far as the way the garb looks. But he's got a chiseled back, that's for sure. Literal back meat showing on the backside here.
So based off all that, can you construct a character for him?
I think he'd have a voice that's a bit weathered, like I said, but one that wants to speak to his nobility a bit or something like that. Maybe that's a bit like not let's see. Have a voice something like tough one. Because I'm trying to think like, yeah. I think I'll go with this. I think I'll go with this kind of voice. One that's a little bit weathered, but one that still has a warmthness to it.
I dig. I was thinking, though, so I know some people are going to accuse me of being racist saying this, but something a bit more oriental?
So something a bit more oriental you want. You want. Something a bit more oriental?
I'm thinking because, again, the warrior monk, the obvious...
Right. I don't know if I can really do a good Chinese one without it sounding like too stereotypical, though. That's the thing.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, at least in the higher tones, I can kind of do a bit of an oriental one. But on the that's more German, though. I don't really do Chinese, I think, well. I'm not always the best with accents, so that's an unfortunate element to this.
Well, I think we've gleaned as much as we can from this one. Let's try another one.
You didn't even give your voice attempt. Why? What is this?
You think I can attempt voices? Myself. You think I'm a voice actor? Okay.
It'll be funny.
All right. Let me see. Something a bit oriental, a bit gruff. What I need is a line. I fight for honor, for justice. I fight for honor, for justice, for my clan. God, I'm awful.
For justice, for my clan.
Hey, what you had there? You had something there.
I fight for honor, for justice, for my clan.
I think we might have found it. A little bit
more there. Let's go with that one. We'll send that into the resume and be like, yeah, we'll do all your voices for you.
Oh, I like. Okay. Okay, this one was a bit more challenging than I suspected. Let's do... Oh! You might have fun with this one. Let me introduce you to Limbo, the magician Warframe.
Oh, how marvelous. See here, and what's the story behind this showy Warframe, this performer Warframe that looks like they're wearing a magician's tux or something.
Limbo is all about exploiting the powers of the mystical void. He's tied to experimenting with void, taking science as far as it can go and exploiting this mystical power.
Okay. So something that kind of maybe oozes. I'm picturing something that oozes maybe a little bit of mysticism, but also has a very a theatrical element to it because magicians, they are indeed performers. So.
Mm-hmm.
You like to see a hat trick?
Ooh.
He's like, this shall be my final performance.
Oh, I'm liking this.
Oh yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking something a bit more, something theatrical and showboaty while also having a form of mysticism to it.
Oh, this is good. This is great.
Yes. That's just my whack at it. Now we have to have your chance to take a whack.
Okay, I'm thinking something a bit more over the top. I'm thinking since this is such an over the top design, and so it's
Yugi boy.
Of course.
I hope we're not talking that over the top, because that'll be something.
Oh my goodness. I'm just thinking because he's designed, because he's a literal fucking magician. He's a literal stage magician with this design. So I'm thinking, oh god, I'm going to embarrass myself here, but let me try something.
Because every night I lie in bed. He's not a magician, but I was just thinking of Hugh Jackman in that fucking circus movie.
God.
Him sounding like that or something.
I hope you realize that's going in the video. I'm not editing that out.
Oh, for sure. The greatest showman. He is the greatest showman on Earth, after all.
Okay. Let me put on a show for you all. Let me show you what the Void is truly capable of.
Ooh, I like that one.
I think maybe something like that voice, but based on a bit of his face, maybe something a bit more digital? Digital, like change the tone and pitch, and I think you might have something there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like a bit of an echo too, maybe a reverb.
Yeah, I could see that working with that. He has a bit more of a playful, like, candor to him. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, again, like I said, like a showman.
He does seem to have like a lot of like playfulness with his stance and everything too, like how he is always flipping off his hat and stuff of that nature. He definitely seems like one who, and he's doing like the Michael Jackson spin and shit. So he's definitely playful. I do.
Awesome. Oh, we got some great stuff from this one. This was a great pick. That's a great pick.
See, I told you your voice would be fitting for some of them. I thought that was pretty neat.
Aw, don't do this. This is about you, not me.
This is about you, not me. God.
All right. Okay, so we've done 2 males. Let's try a female frame. This is the latest Warframe that just got added. This is Wisp.
Very wispy.
She's somewhat, if I'm correct, like somewhat designed off like a fairy.
Yes, I was definitely feeling that. A fairy. It almost seemed to have a little bit of a, I don't know, the wispy kind of like long cape element to her outfit. It kind of gives me like desert vibes too for some reason, but that's probably just from the color and just general aesthetic of some of the stuff I've seen with like desert garments, but it definitely has a very fairy feel to like the kind of way she floats and just the general color scheme too, with how the underside of the cape has a very like colorful, sparkly purple almost.
Have you noticed her legs, her feet?
Oh, okay, yes. They're just kind of like they feel almost like roots of sorts, or just kind of like decayed stumps or limbs that are kind of just there to take root in something, or just she doesn't have the need for feet. Yeah, kind of a cool element there. I like that. I like the design on her like belly, her core area too. It almost, at first I thought it was like a spider or insect design of some sort, but I guess it does look like that, but it has a very like hieroglyphic sort of, I don't want to say Celtic vibe. I'm not sure. It reminds me of something. Oh, and I like the on the legs, the way there's those cut openings around the thighs where it makes it look almost like like shorts on her that kind of open up on the legs. It's kind of a neat touch. Has a very pedally design to that too. So yeah, some of it kind of looks like wrapped petals or of sorts around her body.
I'm so happy you're able to just obtain so much from the design. Like you're obviously seeing so much from the little details.
As for a voice, oh, she does like a little she did like a little bit of a chuckle there. It looked like
yes,
when she was doing. Well, maybe she has a bit of a play. I mean, because fairies are often kind of playful or toying in a way, like while also simultaneously being ones that like care more so for like the environment and nature around them. They're sort of protectors or caregivers of it, but they will also be very frolicky and playful. So I'm trying to think here. What takes you to this nick of the woods, traveler? Like that effect?
That's good. Expand a little.
Something a bit more uppity, or perhaps a bit more frolicky to the voice.
Oh, I'm liking. Do you think it suits, though?
Perhaps it would have a bit more of a slight deeper tone, since she's more of a battle-hardened fairy of sorts. That would maybe have a bit more maturity to her voice. I'm not sure. I think for me, that's the best I'm gonna get out of that. I think she's kind of a difficult one for me. I'm not sure.
Oh, this was great.
Your turn.
Oh, I can't do female voices.
Fine.
I'll give you the males, but I can't do females. Do you hear what I fucking sound like?
Is that what I sound like, all nasally and?
Exactly. No one wants to hear that.
Okay.
All right, let's try another female. Oh, I know the one you're looking forward to.
Rabble. Here we go.
It's Valkyr.
Yes, queen. I deeply apologize for that. Yes, queen. Oh my gosh, let's see here. Valkyr, yes, the one I hope to get at some point.
Soon, young Padawan.
Valkyr, that's a name I haven't heard in centuries.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, let's see here. What's the story behind her, if she has one?
Well, she used to be, she has another design. Here, I'll show you, because this is not her original design. This is not what she used to look like. One sec. You see, she was like any other Warframe that
she was a fatal lab experiment.
Actually, yes.
Okay. Because I'm already picturing a voice that has almost like, there's a certain madness to her, like she's gone through so much shit that she kind of has a bit of a mental breakage to her. A sort of berserker vibe, of course.
Okay, this is what she used to look like. This is the deluxe skin, but this represents how she looked before she was experimented on. Because, you see, Valkyr was captured by the Corpus, and the Corpus took her apart and experimented on her to try and understand Warframes. And so, this is what she used to look like, and this is what she currently looks like after all the experiments.
Oh gosh. She's amazing either way. I love you, sweetie. Okay, I think, but yeah, definitely like I'm saying, I think there's a berserker element to her, so maybe she's got enough sense to know what side she's on, and obviously, she maybe has like a sort of like grounded feel to her outside of combat, but like the moment she's in the vicinity of something she needs to like destroy or like a mission, she just kind of has this like drive to her, that a berserker kind of element. So I'm maybe like, I'll take revenge on you.
Yeah, the bit of tsundere in there. Is that how you pronounce that?
Or yandere or something?
Yandere, that's how you pronounce. I don't know anime weeb language.
Get out of my way! I can't do a high pitched like softer voice for that kind of voice, but I'm giving you the general impression kind of I think of what she has a kind of berserker, kind of frustrated like vibe to her in combat. Like if someone's telling her to calm down or something, she'd feel like resistant against that. But then like if she's going to town on someone, she's like die or something. Some like just the villain that's not a villain kind of thing.
Oh, an anti-hero.
There'd definitely be that kind of element to her or something. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really do a good. I probably can't pull off any kind of accurate voice for her that would be within my head, but that's the general vibe I get from her.
What about specific aspects of her design and character design? What do you glean from them?
There's a lot of elements to it I like. Some of the wiring and kind of weird optics that are kind of like digging throughout her body in this form kind of remind me of the Borg a bit from Star Trek.
Oh.
There's definitely like the kind of like the suit element to the design where it looks like almost like oh god, what are those called? Fuck. Best thing I can think of is like a plug suit from Neon Genesis or something like that. It kind of reminds me a bit of that.
Okay.
Where it feels like it's everything she's wearing is meant to almost keep her contained, or it's hiding a more like grotesque, deformed body beneath it or something, because of all the experiments. And the helmet is very interesting looking. I like the helmet a lot because her design obviously has a bit more of a feral feel to it with the ears, the like elongation of the face, like the almost muzzle look in the front. She almost looks like a bat kind of in this one. From this side I'm looking at, she almost looks like she has bat ears and kind of a bat nose in the front. But I like the ridged look of the helmet. It kind of like fits her sort of like her grinder. The sharp edginess to the helmet and just the layers of almost like dragon scale looking slots shooting up off the top of it kind of give me this feeling of intensity, or like it could grind flesh or something, which I think kind of fits her design well with her giant claws and talon like. She actually has like kind of like dragon-esque looking feet almost.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
I really like it, and I love the almost streamer-looking tails or tassels coming off the back of her.
Oh, those are wires from when she broke containment. Those are leftover wires.
Right. No, yeah. But I just like how they move around almost like tassels or streamers in a way. It makes her movements seem very fluidous. Like, I can imagine in combat, she probably looks very stylistic with those trailing behind her punches and stuff like that. I really like the design a lot. I love it. They kind of fly around like whips almost. Which, again, almost speaks to her design. She has a very dominatrix feel to her, so having it feel like a whip going about definitely gives that impression.
So is it needless for me to say you want Valkyr more than ever now?
I mean, I thought I made it painfully obvious, you cretin. You cretin.
We will get you to Jupiter, I swear. We will get you to Jupiter and you will unlock her.
Good! Only fucking reason I'm using you right now.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Alright, so let's head back to the men. Let's head back to the men and try something else. I'm going to switch to Hydroid, the pirate squid Warframe.
Oh.
So as you can see, obvious inspirations: squid, octopus, pirate. All like mashed together in one.
Like he just walked out of a collection of squid corpses or something. I feel like you have like definitely a somewhat sinister tone, like a deep sea kind of like element to it too, where maybe it has a bit. You'd probably go into like reverb and add a bit of a bubbly sort of echoey element to the voice, because he has that kind of deep sea monster feel to him for sure. So it's hard to gauge like whether he has more of a darker feel to his personality or one that is more noble or righteous. So I mean, the design seems to speak to more of a kind of like intimidating style, and his movements too would also seem to speak to that. He seems a bit more intense. I'm trying to think of a good voice for him.
Now, I usually would let you go, but here's my interpretation. I just think, like, every time I see him, I just think, like, the perfect voice to assume would be Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh. Do it. Do your rendition of the voice. What are you waiting for?
Oh, jeez, I can't do that voice. And he has certain like stutters and bubbles. Like there's a certain like there's certain like ticks. There's certain ticks to that performance.
Right. Oh, hey, let's see. Like I have in my. I'm picturing this like champion from League of Legends now, Tam Kench or something. I don't know if I can even recall the voice exactly, but it's like a. Oh man, if my voice can do this right now.
Call me king, call me demon. Water forgets the names of the drowned.
Ooh, that was good. That was pretty good. I can see that fits. I can see that fitting.
It is the heart from which the darkest water flows.
Oh, this is good. This is great.
And like I said, you'd add like kind of a bit of a of like a bubbly or underwater element kind of slightly to the tone of the voice, I think would like really sell it even more, like in post. And then you'd have a really good one there, I think. But you're thinking like Davy Jones, where he's like the kind of like the little nervous.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. I think that would suit him perfectly.
Call me king, call me demon. Water forgets the names of the drowned.
Oh, that was perfect! That was perfect!
Yeah. So I think that's a pretty good settle on his voice there. I think that would be a good one. I wish I wasn't always leaning over. That's the kind of voice I could probably pull off a little bit better if I wasn't leaning forward on a desk into my mic. I don't really have the... Because one thing that's good about voice acting that you need is like posture. Good posture always goes a long way in helping you vocalize better. That's a fun note out there for everyone.
Oh shit, that helps a lot. I'm gonna write that down.
And of course, proper breathing technique goes without saying, but yeah.
Fuck, I should really take your advice when making YouTube videos. Might make things easier for me.
Well, because like when I do my video, my voice recordings in my homemade booth, I basically have it where I can stand up straight within the space too. You know, because also it helps with, you know, emoting. Sometimes using your body to move in a certain way helps you get into a performance more. So being able to stand gives you that element, as well as just being able to, you know, breathe through your diaphragm a bit more effectively and just sort of vocalize in a more controlled manner when you have that straightened posture and kind of yeah. Easier for air to get inside and out too than when you're sitting on a computer chair.
Oh, I gotta keep this in mind. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that shit. Since we're going through all the cliches, I think it's about time we looked at the mummy Warframe in Naros.
Oh, jeez. I feel it might be stereotypical to go with the kind of like deeper commanding voice for it, but that's the vibe I'm getting from him initially anyways. Does he have a story?
He does indeed. In Naros was a guardian. He was a guardian like I believe it was on Mars or Phobos, whichever.
So sort of like the guardian jackals in Egyptian lore or whatever.
Yeah, somewhat. He was the guardian of the people, defended them from injustice. But then he disappeared and was locked away.
Okay, so he does have a justice bone in his body. Okay.
I'm picturing one that has a voice that booms and kind of something that a bit more. Would this be more like that?
I'll scrap that one. Let me see. Let me try to get into a mode for that one.
Perhaps he has a voice that booms and carries across, or like echoes across the chambers for which he's been sealed in.
You have a very different interpretation. I was thinking something a bit more sinister-like. Here.
Yeah, scrap that one. I'm not feeling it either. Let's try this again here.
Okay. For what I'm thinking of, like when I think mummies, I'm thinking, I am ancient. I have existed long before you, and I shall exist long after.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess since he is sort of a risen being, like, yeah, maybe a more deathly sound would work better. I was thinking too much in the context, I think, of him being alive. But yeah, if he's a resurrected sort of being in a sense, it would definitely feel better to have a bit of that conveyed in the voice. Maybe if I take my sort of deep, sort of commanding voice and try to wrap that within a kind of almost sickly delivery, maybe it would sound...
I was a warrior from very long ago. I will rise again and fight for what is right.
Yeah, I can dig that. I
couldn't very much think of a line. I couldn't think of a good line of dialogue for this one. So, someone wanna throw me a goddamn bone? bone here.
That's funny, mummy's bones.
Or he could be a bit more louder in his delivery. This may be going to all sorts of venom territory.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
This faceless, limbless thing rolling around like a turd in the wind.
Your Venom voice, actually, I can see it suiting him.
But yeah, without as much as the snarling like element to it, though, like where it has like kind of wetness to it, like
This legless, faceless thing.
or something like that. Something within that ballpark, I think, could probably fit him. But I don't want him to sound too sinister at the same time. I'm not, because he does have the feeling of, from the backstory, anyways, of being someone who
A guardian.
fought against injustices and stuff. But maybe he's become more hardened after being sealed away and revived as an undead or whatever.
Well, what aspects of his character can you glean from his design?
He's very exotic looking, so I like how the legs look, where it makes it feel very bone-like. It's very, and the way he kind of stumbles about a bit has the feel of it. It's like a mixture of a skeletal look as well as a decaying zombie almost look, more so than a mummy. Really, it has like a zombie rotting corpse kind of feel to it, but lavishly designed with an almost Egyptian flair. The way the bottoms of the feet look, for example, where the legs are, it kind of almost has that feeling of flesh that's kind of just rotted and slid down the leg more from the bones, which are showing in the legs on the upper side. And the feet though definitely have a very Egyptian design to them, as do the hands. Those ones have more of the kind of wrinkly, preserved mummy sort of feel to it. The way the shoulder guards have like the kind of like they flop around a bit, so they're not like hard armor necessarily. They kind of like wobble about, almost like flesh hanging from the arms or something. The long neck with the crown definitely has that kind of Egyptian bird feel to it, or kind of the raw feel for it. The god of Ra. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're right. The
Yeah,
sun god, Ra.
The sun god, yes. And from the backside, it's much clearer, but that his upper body almost looks like it has exposed ribs. Like it's emphasizing the rib cage area a lot by having it jot out, and then like the center is just very thin. Again, adding to that kind of almost skeleton feel. Or no, I like his design a lot. It's a very busy design, but it works very well.
Oh man, this was a great Warframe. This was a great character for you to dissect. All right.
He almost has a bit of an inquisitive look with his eyebrows, though.
Okay. Oh, all right. This is Chroma, the dragon Warframe.
He's not responding. I don't know if can I speak dragon? Not responding. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm liking that. I'm liking that sound. I think like for the gruffness, yes, for like the noises, for the monstrous noises. I think you're on a roll there. I think you got something good there.
Out of my way, or I will burn you to death.
Yes, I'm digging that. I'm digging that. However, keep in mind, like I've showed you Chroma before when we played the game, and you know that his dragon skin is like an armor and it detaches. So are you thinking like he would have perhaps two different kind of tones of voice depending on whether he has his dragon armor on or not? Like he currently has.
I do think so.
Cold is my enemy, and fire my comfort.
I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
Okay, so when his armor comes off, he would be like, Maybe he would have a. Maybe it would have that same sort of kind of like chiseled, gruff element to it, but it just wouldn't be so monstrous sounding. So like, like.
I was forged in the fire, molded by the lava,
Or something like that.
shaped by it, hardened by it.
I'm sensing a Batman reference there.
Oh, I was just rattling off some random like shit there. I don't know. Oh wait, no. Now I know where I'm channeling that from. It was in a. I think the talk of like hot and cold got me remembering on my. I was doing a story narration one time where I had a bit more of a warrior, older chiseled warrior vibe to it, and I think it was like in the story I was like,
It's like, I was born in the cold, hardened by it.
oh god, I can't remember the line. I was like sculpted. Oh god, I gotta think of it now. I can't do this. 1 second. 1 second. Oh yeah, now I got it. Okay, so it's like,
I was forged in the endless winter, cut from the ice, shaped by the storms, hardened by the cold.
Nice. I can see that. Like that could be Chroma's voice without his dragon armor, but back to the more monstrous sounds with the dragon armor on. Yes.
right.
Yes, wow, you got this voice pretty quick. You nailed this down pretty quick.
I like to think I do like monstrous and warrior style voices fairly like easy. I don't know, like maybe I'm just in a groove now where it just came to me easily. But then again, I did see you play around with him a lot more, so I got a more general vibe for his kind of intensity and style of combat too.
Oh, okay. But I was playing as Chroma Prime before. What are you thinking of his default skin?
I do like my dragons. I like my dragon boys. I just love the like slouched posture. It really sells the monstrous aspect to him. I see he's got a lovely Groudon tail from Pokemon on the backside. In fact, his entire design in the back kind of reminds me of Groudon from Pokemon. But no, he has this kind of almost lumbering giant feel to it. Even though he's not like a giant person, he has that kind of intimidating, larger than life feel to him because of the way his like stances and how he seems like he could crush you like no matter what you throw at him. He just has that kind of confident, lumbering, intense stance. I love it. And I like how the way the armor slithers around him almost just looks like molten lava, or like the kind of like chunkier, hardened lava that floats over the liquid lava, like the molten rock, It has a vibe like that on the arms and legs, and I love that. It looks like running lava in a lot of places on his body.
Yeah, I'm seeing it, yeah.
It's a very nice design, I like it. And the gray undersides give almost a sort of, I'm going to say like, kind of reminds me of the body types of the aliens, the xenomorphs, where it has that kind of that it looks almost mechanical, but it's not. It's organic looking, and it has these kind of almost gothic, curves and slopes to it. The underbelly sides of it.
Yeah.
Specifically around his chest and like lower waist and cock piece area.
Of course you're looking there. Of course you were taking a look down there.
I mean, it's a fucking word. It's an actual word, even though he's got a nice big member there sticking out. Yeah. Yeah, like the chest, the chest especially, it kind of like juts out, and it has that kind of dipped design with a kind of. It almost looks like arch designs, shooting out from the sides of it. And there's the almost kind of webby looking element that to like the legs on the upper thighs that almost look like a cape in a way, the texture of a cape almost. Like the cloth you'd see on a cape or whatever. The middle part of his body kind of gives a very xenomorph or gothic vibe to it. I like his design. It's really cool.
Well, I think you nailed this one. You home run out of the park with this one. That was great, man.
Yay.
All right, to finish things up, I want a special girl. Someone special. Oh! I know who!
It better be fucking brutal.
In a way, this is Hildren.
God damn it. Damn it, now I'm thinking of, oh, jeez, it's Hammer from Fable 2. No, I'm just kidding.
You can call me Hammer.
This is a female frame, keep in mind. She is the
she is
the female
she
tank.
Is Beef Babe. She is
Yes.
Beef Babe. Oh,
yes. Beef Babe indeed.
gosh. Oh, yes. I mean, I'm the obvious route I'm thinking of is this your typical Amazonian woman style voice, like
One that has a bit of a, like a kind of like a boisterous kind of sounding voice,
but it would just sound more feminine or whatever, like, or because I feel like the way she's posing, she has like kind of sort of confidence and bravado about her, like she'd brag a lot or be very showy about her strength. So
I feel like a boisterous one that brags about her strength would be a good one.
it would just have a very feminine tone, like, actually, yeah, I can't really do like a kind of beefy, more feminine sound really with my kind of. I'm trying to picture there's one in my head I have voice wise, but I just can't quite think if I can even get close to it at all or not. Yeah, I don't think I can do it, but you get the idea. Basically, what I'm going for. It's kind of like a something that's a bit more boisterous and
Oh!
yes, something a bit more. It has a bit of a raspy element to it, but it's all about kicking ass and taking names. So I don't know. That's probably the best you're gonna get out of me.
I think that was the best you could give. That's great. I can totally see that voice.
I like it. Oh my god, she's nice. Obviously has the kind of latexy element to her outfit that shows off the musculature really well. Obviously, I like that her design sort of puffs out a bit to kind of emphasize the muscles more too, and the posing. It's really nice. It's very Greek like with the exaggerated musculature and stuff. It really gives off that Greek god vibe to it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can see that reference. I can see what you're referencing. I can see that with her.
Not so much the outfit as much as like the body type kind of just gives me that Greek god vibe to it. But the outfit itself, an interesting one. It's got like a lot of mechanics to it, like mechanical elements to it.
Well, if it helps with your analysis, she is a heavy weapon specialist. That's like her frame
Okay,
type.
so then that definitely speaks. I can see that in her design more now, I suppose, now, because the shoulder guards have almost a bomb element to them. They look like a collection of just, grenades or bombs sort of just collected together into a shoulder pad. And then the whole arm area just has this kind of almost heavy duty, almost blast armor feel to it, where it's something that would be like very built for sustaining heavy damage or something. It has like a very heavy armored feel to it. The backside is pretty much basic like the front is. I'm not sure if I have a good take on the legs so much. I like that the feet though have an almost kind of minotaur style feel to them. That's what I'm kind of getting, I guess. A minotaur, some kind of, again, mythical vibe to it, like a larger than life creature or feel. The feet have an almost like cloven toe look to them, sort of like cattle or like a minotaur. It gives me like a minotaur vibe, especially with the legs, how they kind of dip back, like typical of quadrupedal animals or ones that have the kind of bone that sticks more upwards in their leg and sort of holds their feet in a kind of exaggerated position where it kind of bends back and then goes forward. It's giving me that vibe. It's not just a straight human leg. She has kind of an animalistic feel to her lower legs there.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
The way she puffs out her chest a bit kind of gives you a gorilla vibe too, like the stance. Yeah, she's got like a lot more animal feel to her than I would have expected upon initial glance. She kind of gives me that vibe. Stance is very unique.
And she has nice tits, eh?
Pretty nice, yeah. I'm more thirsty about the bod, but yes, the thighs that could crush watermelons. Please, miss, may I have some more?
Oh, dear God. Well, Waver, this has been great. And before we sign off, do you have any, like, final thoughts, like, collective thoughts on the designs in Warframe in general? Like, the character designs, not just for the Warframes, but for, like, the world itself. Like, what are your thoughts on Warframe and character design overall?
I really adore the aesthetic in this game and just the general design principles to it. Everything just feels very deliberate and well thought out, and pulls a lot, obviously, from Asian cultures and stuff, but it feels like a nice smorgasbord of a lot of different things, and it all flows together so well. It never feels too out of place, I gotta say. And I'm really digging the story and the lore so far. It's been a blast. I remember I've always looked at this game in the past, just never gave it really a dive into, but I'm so happy you got me on board here now. Gives me another game to use a bow and arrow in too, which is always a plus.
Converting more gamers to Warframe, one guy at a time. I'm so happy you've gone into Warframe, Waver. It like converting more people to Warframe makes my day. I'm glad you're having a good time, and I'm happy that you like what you see.
And I'm happy that you're happy that I'm happy that stuff's happening.
I'll take it. For those of you who want to see and hear more of WaverCD, links to everything about him to help support him and listen to more of his work will be in the description and in the comment section down below. So, anything you want to say to the viewers?
Oh, geez, I don't know. We got so much pressure.
Goodbye.